Hello everyone, welcome to the Charge Shot Gamescast. Each and every week, friends gather around, talk about the games and playing things going on in their lives. Stay up with me, Justin.
Hi. Did you know that Kane Plays stuff is streaming right now? My phone thought it should let me know.
Oh, you should go check him out.
Yeah.
And we have Ben.
Hi.
That's it.
All right.
Okay.
Cool energy.
Yeah, alright. Usually Ben brings the noise and the funk, while we just bring the funk. But we'll go on. So Justin, what have you been up to?
Not much. I haven't really been in a big game playing mood. I'm not really sure why. But I have done a bunch more Avengers, so there's that. I beat the campaign. The main campaign. It keeps going, but it's the reassemble campaign is over. It's just kind of post game. Aside from just the grindy multiplayer missions, there's still you've stopped the threat, but we're not done yet. That kind of thing. Missions to do. And I haven't done all those
work
yet.
is never done.
Right. But I did beat the main story at least, and I still won't go into it too much because Ben hasn't beaten it, I don't think. But for the most part, it was really fun. I feel like Kamala gets a little sidelined at one point, and the story kind of takes a hit for that. It's around the time when the teaching you how the games of service stuff works really kicks into high gear. Where it's you're doing a lot of those mission types that you will do a lot of later, and they don't really know how to make a story conceit for that, so they're just hey, go do the thing. Okay, bye. But around the end, it there's still some more of those really nice character moments to end it off on, and the final mission and battle are really cool. It kind of harkens back to that A-Day mentality, and I like that quite a bit. Even if it's a little bit too much time spent with Cap when I hadn't touched him at all. So being forced to play as him in the final mission is a little overwhelming because the enemies don't take it easy on you, even though you're playing a character you haven't really played. But minor complaint, I know they're trying to teach you the characters, so they have to do that by having you play them. But yeah, there's some cool in credits teases that make me interested in the post-launch story that they're going to be telling with the new characters that come out. And then the iconic missions are also kind of cool because you can do them whenever, once you unlock them. But they're kind of individual story moments for each character, rather than serving the overarching thing. They still kind of tie in to an extent, but it's really more this is where this character story could go in the future, leading into some of that stuff.
Yeah.
My favorite was Thor's, just because it actually had some pretty cool implications.
Yep.
And they're definitely not all created equal. Iron Man and Kamala don't get actual missions. They just have to grind some stuff out, and they get a costume for it.
Cap's is better than Kamala's because at least Cap has a speech at the end.
Yeah. And, I mean, he has a mission.
Yeah.
It's not a very good mission, but he has a mission.
Yeah, he even has a mission. Kamala doesn't have a mission.
Right. It's they just forgot about those two characters for some reason. I don't think it'd be that noticeable if there was more of them, but because, there's only 6 characters and there's 2 that don't have iconic missions, it's why? But there are cool diversions. It's nice to kind of, tell an individual character story rather than the overall serving Avengers story. And I feel that's kind of how they're going to trickle out the free characters, is by giving them their own iconic mission line. That's going to be they said Hawkeye when they're brought in are going to have their own story content. And I think it's basically going to take the shape of probably a longer form iconic mission that's maybe an hour or 2 of just those 2 going out and doing stuff. So it's nice to kind of get an idea of how that stuff's going to work. But other than that, me and Thomas jumped into some of the multiplayer stuff. and still had a lot of connection issues. I'm really not sure what's up with that. Because, like, the Discord we're in doesn't seem like they have nearly as many issues.
No.
But for some reason, you and me just can't play together.
Yeah, I played with someone from the Discord. She was in the UK, and we had no problem.
Yeah, like, I don't get it. Because I have great internet, and you don't have any problems with anyone else. So it seems like it has to be the game, but then no one else has issues with the game. So it's just a weird incompatibility thing. And we don't have the issues like that with any other game. Well, Fall Guys, but that was different, because that was, like, at launch. But, I don't know. The multiplayer is still fun, but I need to dive more into it, like, with a full squad, to really get a sense for how that feels. And I haven't really wanted to do that until I get everyone buffed up a little bit more. Because, like, especially in the Discord, there's, like, people that have beaten all of the in-game content. Like, I don't want to do that yet. It's a live game. Like, I want to take my time with it.
Game's been out, what? 2 weeks? Good lord,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. I know.
Oh my god. It reminds me of, like, all the people who are time traveling in Animal Crossing. I'm like, can you chill? Can you chill for a minute? No? Okay.
I mean, to be fair, if I wasn't playing other games, I'd probably be done with everything by this time.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Like, at a certain point, like, it cycles out the missions that are available on the war table and stuff every hour. But at a certain point, you run out of, like, new objectives to do, and it's just kind of grinding out the missions for, you know, better loot and stuff like that.
Well, there's all the Hive stuff and the Vault stuff and
Right.
the Reigning Supreme mission line, stuff like that you can still do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on at the moment.
But, like, clearing out all of your objectives on that screen is not really the end of the game. It just means that, like, you don't have anything guiding your progress anymore.
I mean, it is until the raid comes out.
I guess. But, like, you can still do hives and stuff, like you said.
And they've had issues with the loot, apparently. Like, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but the loot from 130 to 150 is staggered out. Same with exotics. Like, it seems like there's a bug where you can only get one exotic for a character, and that's it.
And that's probably the major artifact for everyone, because you get that from the story.
No, it's like, there's actual exotics in the game.
Oh, the major artifact's not an exotic?
It is, but it's not the only one.
No, I'm saying, like, if you can only get one per character, then, like, that would be the one.
No, like, you can only get one.
Oh.
Like, you can't earn more exotics.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's like, there's a bug, like, regarding that. There's a lot of issues with this game, man. Like, I've fallen through the geometry more times in this game than any other game I've ever played.
Yeah. I have a picture of you just halfway in the ground on an elevator, and you stayed that way for, like, most of the mission until I accidentally bumped into you, and you shot it back up.
I was going into a shield cache, like, just going down the stairs, and all of a sudden I fell through the stairs, and I tried glitching my way out of it, and apparently all I had to do was just go to where there's grass or land, and I just shoot up through the fucking ground. It's bad. But...
Yeah, it seems like the kind of game that's easy to break.
Yeah.
I was watching, like, a lot of Metroid Prime, like, you know, glitch speedruns recently, and, like, the way people have to, like, accurately manipulate the off-map, like, geometry movements so they don't fall through the world or whatever is insane. And, like, they'll do it. Like, it's very precision, but they'll do it and get, like, you know, beat the whole game in, like, 50 minutes or whatever. Avengers feels like you can just do that same thing by accident.
Yeah, you can just do it.
And just cheese through any mission.
I guess, I don't know.
But anyway, it's still a lot of fun. I'm trying to get my Thor up now. Thor and Kamala are still my mains, but I put in some more time with Iron Man. I like him a little bit more now. I like Cap. I just don't like going into the big, like, open world missions with him because he's not fun to explore with. But he has some really good combos and stuff, so I still like him in, like, the battle challenges and stuff.
I would say he's the best playing character, but
yeah, but it just doesn't feel like the game is made for him. Ironically,
like, he can't hack, he can't, like, break doors open with a heavy attack. So
yeah,
like, if you're playing the single player, like, he's not that useful if you want gear.
Right, it's weird.
So you kind of have to play multiplayer with him to get the gear.
But it's nice to have a Cap with you because he's great at crowd control.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I haven't played too much other than that. Some more Tony Hawk, but I'm getting into the... Oh, I did get the video out on the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remakes. Pretty proud of that. Ben's Atomic Shot co-host Tyler gave it a lot of praise, so I've at least got that going for me. But yeah, I'm getting into more of the levels that I don't know as well, and that, so it's a little slower going because I don't know where all the things are. You know, as like it's not muscle memory anymore. So I have been kind of in a grumpy mood when it comes to video games. So I'll jump into that and like fail a bunch and then just quit. Like I'm not in the mindset to enjoy the game, you know. But yeah, aside from that, I've just been doing a lot of like lounging and watching stuff. I said before we started that I started watching the Hunger Games movies again, because I hadn't seen them since theaters, and I don't know, I was kind of in the mood for that like dystopian sci-fi type thing, and they seem to fit the bill pretty well. Ignore the fact that I watched them on 9/11. I don't know if that's...
you didn't even have to mention that, but you did.
I don't know if that's appropriate or not, but we'll go with it.
No, I'm not gonna say.
But yeah, that's pretty much me. I don't know. I've been kind of boring. I'm just antsy to get the basement done.
Ben?
Yeah. I returned to streaming this week.
Whoop whoop.
Surprisingly, even to my own degree. And I played on stream Streets of Rage 4. Shout out to everybody who came by. It was fun. I did a hard mode run with Adam Hunter. I made it all the way to stage, what was it, 7? Maybe? It was right after you beat Shiva in the China. I made it to the parallaxing train stage, which is the prettiest stage in the fucking game just because of the backlight. The backdrop reminds me of Chicago. And I'm gonna miss not going next year. And it was super cool. And then during that I unlocked Streets of Rage 3 Axel, which I'd never played Streets of Rage 3 back in the day. I've heard things about it, or at least the American version's pretty asinine, but just never. I only have memories of Streets of Rage 2 and Streets of Rage 1. So it was like, okay, let's try this out. Let's play him on the harder difficulty just for funs before I quit the stream. And he's insane. The combo potential is insane with these characters. The Streets of Rage 3 characters, and since then I've unlocked Blaze from Streets of Rage 3. Each character has a dash or has a run. Each character can roll out of the way either by pressing up or down. Their combo potential is fucking insane. They do a lot of damage. So next I think is I unlock Skate. After that it's Dr. Zan, the robot, and then finally it's Shiva. So yeah, The game is so simple, right? Because all I'm literally doing is playing through the same stages I've done since it came out back in, March, April? And I still have fun. It's still fun to play. And I think it's because I'm playing with these different characters, doing different runs. I go, okay, this time I'll do Streets of Rage 1 Axel, or this time I'll do Cherry, Cherry Hunter, or something like that. Like, it's a fun game. It's a real-made game. And now that they're going to be doing more content, so hopefully adding some characters that look like they were going to be playable in the initial game. Hopefully they will be playable, so that was fun. On top of that, I also said I was returning back to YouTube stuff, and I did do that before me and Thomas hooked up for our Summer Swim watch along. I recorded a lot of Street Fighter footage. I recorded footage for Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, because you do not play Super Turbo single player, because that AI is just mean. It's like you get it. It's like I'm gonna purposely step in front of a geese and fight it, and not Geese Howard from King of Fighters, but just like an actual geese who just wants to fuck your shit up because you got too close. Oh, you press crouching light punch, command grab, bitch. So hyper fighting is the AI sucks, but it's more tolerable, and the game is faster than the original Street Fighter 2. So that was fun to play. Still frustrating. I had recorded for Street Fighter 2. I recorded 38 minutes. I chopped it down to 6 because I basically cut all my losses out because I don't want. Or not all my losses, but I like most of them were just reattempts to get. I had to fight Honda and Ryu so many fucking times, and I got to Blanca, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not completing this. I don't need to complete the arcade run for this. I just need footage." And
you cut your losses, Blanca.
Huh? Yeah, I cut my losses. I'm trying to make it at least 20 minutes, so 6 of Street Fighter 2 is what it deserves. Alpha is going to be the hardest because Alpha's AI isn't nearly as bad. Like it has its moments, but I feel like I was able to do more stuff, and of course the game just feels much better to play than Hyper Fighting. I would have played Super Turbo because the game is fast, it's great, it has super moves, but because of the AI's bullshitness and nobody I know who owns it for Switch owns the 30th anniversary collection for Switch, it's not exactly a thing I can do. Plus the netcode is ass. So, but then I did Third Strike, and I have an hour of footage of Third Strike. Just because most of it's reattempts or going different routes to show off different characters. Because in Third Strike you can actually choose which opponent you want. And then I spent like 25 minutes on Gil, the final boss. I almost beat that son of a bitch. And then he fucking does his stupid ass resurrection shit, which God, I fucking hate Gil so much in Street Fighter 3. So it's coming. My Chun-Li for Smash video is coming. I've worked on it. It's happening. That's all I can say. I don't know how it's going to turn out. It's not going to be the biggest high production thing you've ever seen, but it'll have transitions. I
mean, you've got plenty of time to make it because she's never coming.
Besides that, what else have I played? I guess I should talk about Avengers. I like Iron Man a lot. Like I remember hearing Justin talking about him, and I was like, okay. And so when I unlocked Tony, by the way, Nolan North, just recast him, please. Can we recast Nolan North? He's great. He's a phenomenal voice actor, but god damn it, he does the same voice for every character. I hate it. I hate that he's Tony, because I don't hear Tony Stark. I hear Nathan Drake. I hear every other character. It sucks, man. I don't know what they were thinking. I guess Adrian Pastar was busy, or even the guy from the from MVCI, because I don't think that's Adrian Pastar. Doesn't sound like him, at least.
I think it's Nolan North, actually.
It's not Nolan North in MVCI. It's not Nolan North. I guarantee it's not Nolan North. But yeah, that guy, was he not busy? But besides his voice acting, like, Nolan North does have the RDJ inflections down, but that's about it. But other than that, flying, oh my god, the flying around as Iron Man is just that little dick tease of like, man, I'm never gonna get a Superman game. This is gonna be the closest I'll get. So I might just be an Iron Man mate just for the flight, but also I love his utility of being able to switch between repulsors, between missiles and lasers, and then like you unlock certain moves where if you like dodge correctly, you can, and depending on which laser you have set, you can either do a laser sweep, or you can do missiles, a missile barrage. He's really cool, and I looked at some of his costumes. I like some of the color designs. Some are ripped from the comics, some are not. But
Iron Man has the best costumes. That's why I want to keep playing as him, so I can unlock some of the cool ones. Because like I won't use him, but they keep the costume when they're AI. So I'd still love to see that costume on him,
Yeah, but I think Tony, and Hulk is just my, like, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's what that is. I play Hulk when I'm mad, which is usually most of the time, and I just want to destroy shit. It feels so good to just punch the shit out of things and destroy things with Hulk. They did a great job. It makes me want a single player Hulk game, but that's never gonna happen again. So I'll take what I got here. I am not a fan of this, dude. I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I beat the game story mode, because I like the story mode shit. I really find it enjoying. The voice acting again is really commendable. Again, not criticizing the talent, I'm criticizing the direction. Because that moment when Banner and Tony meet for the first time, that fucking scene was like, you can cut the tension with a butter knife. It was so great, and it was carried by their performances. And by the way, I didn't know that was Troy Baker, because Troy Baker can actually do different voices.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, Troy Baker. But like I love that. Like I love the relate. Like you can tell these guys have history, just based on that wording. I will give it Tony. I mean, I give Nolan North. He does make me laugh, but he's always made me laugh, even when he's Nathan Drake. Doesn't change. I mean, I did some of the other stuff because I didn't know, like, well, am I supposed to do this now? Am I supposed to do this later? So I just did it along the way. It was fine, you know. Yeah, it was fine. I didn't really care too much. I died a lot. Like I felt like I got like there are points where I got overwhelmed pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's part for the course. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I still don't know how I'm gonna feel about once I beat the story mode, and then I have to do all that other shit. I really don't know how I'm gonna feel about it because I got a taste of it, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a fan, and that kind of scares me a bit. But you know, maybe I'm just not meant to be a hardcore player. But I mean, now that I have Tyler and I are gonna like squad up with this, so maybe it'll make it a little bit more fun.
Yeah, that's just really like it's grinding with friends. It's not meant to be, absorbed alone. Like the story is.
Or you just watch something on the side while you're doing it.
Yeah. And real quick, the Marvel Infinite Iron Man is like the C-list Iron Man actor, Eric Loomis.
He sounds better than Nolan North as Iron Man.
He does it in like various video games and a few shows and stuff, but
I was watching, before we started this, I was watching Max replay through the story mode of MVCI, and he got to the part where Iron Man shows up. I'll take this guy, hands down, because he's basically doing an RDJ impersonation over Nolan North, because Nolan North is talking like he normally does.
Right. He is Iron Man in Ultimate Alliance 3, and it seems like they didn't use any... No? Okay, Laura Bailey is Black Widow in that, so...
Yeah, Laura Bailey is Black Widow, and Travis Willingham is Thor...
Okay.
And yeah, so they use some people.
Yeah.
And Laura Bailey and Travis Willingham are their respective characters in the Avengers cartoon. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm confused. Oh, I've met a certain. Should I say I've met the secret character that I've gotten to that other location that's not the helicarrier?
Go ahead. We know what
is?
you're talking about.
I'm talking about for the general audience. That's what I'm talking about.
You mean Ant-Man?
We've gotten spoilers at this point.
Okay, yeah. So I met Ant-Man, a.k.a. Joss Whedon. He looks like Joss Whedon. I'm sorry. And I really hate that. I don't know how to feel about another fucking base, because the second I was like, another fucking base?
Yeah,
really?
it's weird.
It's better to have two bases than one.
No, the helicarrier was fine, and I kept thinking, oh, we're gonna rebuild the helicarrier and all that. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Don't tell me that doesn't happen or not. But
the weird thing is you have to go to both bases.
That's so stupid.
There's the Inhumans faction is at the Anthill, and the Shield faction is at the helicarrier. So to get like the missions and stuff for each, you have to go to both locations.
You know what they should do?
And there's like different vendors at each.
Is they should just make it so that you could just access the bounties from anywhere.
Right.
Which is what Destiny is doing this fall in Beyond Light.
Yeah. It's one of those things that's definitely going to get changed eventually. Yeah. But
I hope so, man.
Fuck the Inhumans, except for Kamala.
You're fucking crazy.
Yeah,
man.
I'm enjoying my time with the game. Like I'm not I'm enjoying. I even did some of the virtual reality missions. The harm.
The danger room. Yeah.
Yeah. God, I hate this. I want to like this game, but then it just we're gonna make robots to hunt down people with powers. We're also gonna have a training room that's about like you guys are just pushing my buttons. I swear to God.
Maybe it's because I'm not like a hardcore like Marvel fan, but like this stuff doesn't bother me at all.
Right? It's not.
Every corner, it feels like the X-Men should be in the game.
Right.
That's the thing to me.
Like, yeah. I would have said if they just had the beekeeper units and people hunting down AIM, I would have been like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. But the fact that you have robots designed to track Inhumans, I'm like, come on, you're just doing the fucking X-Men.
Wait.
Just do the cool stuff versus the lame ass shit nobody wants. I'm sorry. But yeah, overall solid game. I have yet to run into any graphical problems because I run it on the most powerful console, not PC, of course. Because although I've heard PC isn't, I've heard some interesting reports about the PC version.
It's
Yeah.
important.
But like, yeah, but like it's smooth frame rate. I think I've noticed a little bit of slowdown, like during like when Hulk smashes shit and there's like particle effects everywhere. For the most part, it's been a smooth ass experience. So I don't get Spider-Man, but I get smooth frame rate. So fuck yeah. If I get Wolverine, I'll be happy. But the last thing I'm going to talk about is The Outer Worlds, aka one of my favorite games of all time now. I legitimately love this game. Like it's a lot of fun, and I never doubted it. The only reason I was scared to play it was because I was playing an RPG, and I was like, "Am I going to burn myself out?" And it's not really that taxing in terms of an RPG. It's like, okay, add a modifier here. Here's your stats. It's very self-explanatory. It's very easy to understand.
Yeah, you put it off for so long, and I kept trying to get you to play it earlier.
Yeah. It just seems like a lot, but it's not once you're actually in it. And shout outs to Obsidian, because they're the ones who made the game first. Private Division did a okay job porting it. I mean, my standard is The Witcher 3 in terms of like these ports. That game looks godlike. And that game should not look the way it looks on Switch. It did it initially, so maybe we'll get a patch at some point for it. But and The Witcher 3 is a much bigger game with much more fidelity in it than Outer Worlds. So, but it's playable. It's fine. I could play on the Xbox One, but I don't want to start over. And future playthroughs, I probably will do that. But I don't like the fact that I can't tell which of my companions have guns, because I like the modifying shit. That shit is fun to me. I also don't like the fact that once I modify something, that's it. I know it's a game design, but I really wish I could like unmodify something. Okay, I can do this, or like, because it says once you bond it, that's it. I'm like, okay, fine, but
no, you can change it. You just lose the thing that's already attached to it.
See, I hate that. I don't like that.
I mean, I picture it as like you're soldering a new thing on there. So like to get it off, you have to break it, and then you can put a new thing on there, but the other one's already broken.
I guess it's one of the things I'm just not a fan of. And I can't I hate that I can't tell what like I could be wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but I can't tell how to upgrade or modify my my partner's weapons, because I want to give them modifiers. I want to give them boosts and stuff like that. But it tells me which are mine, highlighted in yellow, and it doesn't like. I feel like if I hover over it, it should say equipped by Vicar, equipped by Parvati, equipped by Sam. Who, by the way, no, I'm glad none of y'all spoiled that shit for me. I get a fucking death machine in this game.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
No, he's a cleaning robot.
He has I call him Death Machine because he's a death machine.
Yeah.
I bring him everywhere now. He's my new favorite party member. Sorry, Parvati. You can go back to the ship. Also like Ellie too. I know, but like I like Ellie too. You know.
Parvati.
I like Felix too because I like his roguishness. I generally like all these characters to one range or another. Mm-hmm. They all appeal to me in different ways. I don't hate any of them yet. Vicar maybe, but that's just because he's a religious person. I don't like religious people in general.
It is tough to pick.
Yeah. And I learned how to do like super moves. So like my favorite thing is having Felix do his drop kick move out of nowhere. Oh, it's great. One thing I will say is that I feel like I don't know if it's just me or it's this game design. It's probably more just me, but like I have my guns that I like to use, and I keep picking up new guns, but I don't change them because I have a specific modifier, or like I like how they feel, so I don't change my weapons out. I don't feel like the game. I don't know. Maybe I should just experiment with my own because I like having a hunter, a long rifle. I like having a short weapon. I don't use melee at all. I say fuck melee. I stop boosting my melee stat because I'd rather just kill you from long range, or do the slowdown shit, because that to me is the fun part.
See, I let my companions do everything. I put a lot into the leadership skill because I don't like the combat system. So, like, if an enemy gets close enough to me, I'll have melee out and I can whap them.
Well, you just point and shoot. What's not to like?
It's just like the shooting doesn't feel great.
I think it feels great.
So I keep
awesome.
I keep a gun on me still. Like if I can get the drop on someone from afar. But like if I'm in, the middle of combat, I have my companions do all the fighting, and then I just like smack them if they get too close to me.
I guess I think melee combat sucks. I hate it, but I think that's just my problem with melee combat in general. I just don't like it. It doesn't feel natural. That's fair. Versus me picking you off. I love because my favorite thing about this game is like I actually feel like I'm role playing, and this is where I feel like a mute character is perfect. Even though I'm technically playing as a woman in this game, not technically, I am playing as a woman in this game. It still feels like me. The dialogue is versed enough to where like I feel like I'm role playing this role, and because of the effort they go into in building this the solar system, basically this little colony area of this capitalism is evil is great. It's so great. From reading, I don't know about you, but I know I saw y'all making fun of IGN for saying there's too much reading in the new DLC that's out, and I'm like, motherfuckers, the whole game is like this. What do you did you not whatever? And that to me is my favorite part.
I guess they were saying there's not enough new voice acting, but like even with the voice acting, you have to choose your options, which there's like 7 options for every dialogue choice.
Right.
And then like the people speak back. So there's still always a lot of reading, yeah.
Yeah, but I found that great. It finds me caring more about the world and what's around me. Like I just arrived to Monarch. I was putting it off for a while because I figured, well, let me try to do these other side quests, but I can't do the Vicar side quest because my lock picking isn't high enough, so I can't get into the thing to get his book. I don't really care about the Vicar. He's the least. Like I like him, but he's the least. If I have a totem pole, he's at the bottom. I could do without. But I do want to complete his quest line at some point. Parvati's quest line is fucking adorable. Yeah. Like I just want girl, I just want to hook you up. Like
and it's kind of easy.
Yeah, it's easy XP too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it's definitely one of my favorite games. Like seriously, if you have an Xbox One, and it's on Game Pass, and if you have, I would say, concerning the Switch version, if you have no other options like I had when I got this game, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. But if you have the PS4 or the Xbox One or even the PC version, get those versions before you get the Switch version. Now, if it had like cross save, with PC and like Switch and stuff like that, like The Witcher 3 does, that would be godlike. Because then I could download it on PC Game Pass and play it like that. I don't know how well it would run on my PC. It might just run the same anyways. Who knows? But yeah, that's all I've been playing. Like seriously, I think that's what makes me play through it, despite its very muddy visuals, is the fact that I want to know more about this world. I want to try to solve people's problems. It allows me to be the good space captain that I haven't been able to be since Mass Effect 3. Because I can't think of besides the Mass Effect series, I can't think of a big sci-fi action game or sci-fi game in general where like I feel like I'm in control. I can help people. I like helping people in video games. I don't like being the bad guy. Now, that being said, I might do just an all jackass evil run on this game because God, some of the people in this town, in this solar system are fucking begging for it. And I want to kill people next time. So fun fact, like I think in the boiler when you help Jule with the air conditioning, basically. I persuaded Red to let me pass because I had Felix in my team. I was like, okay, cool. But then I went into the security room on the Groundbreaker and I talked to the commander, or like I guess the head of security, and she was like, if you bring me his teeth, I will help you out. And so this guy just helped me, so I gotta go kill him. Let's do it. And I killed his ass. I killed all his crew. It was awesome. I'm vicious. I'm not afraid to shoot a bitch.
Glad you're learning.
Yeah. In fact, and this is where I'm partially a coward. This is the last thing I'll say. I did a mission where this medical person's asking, well, where the fuck's my shit, basically. That's what a lot of the game is. It's like, where the fuck is my shit? I'm like, I guess I'll go fucking see where's your shit at. Fine. You better pay me.
That's
I try
the
to
Ellie
do that
mission,
at
right?
least. Huh?
That's the Ellie mission, right?
I don't remember which one. Like, you have to go to Sicilia, where you meet the guy who sounds like a 50s space captain.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's unrelated.
Yeah, so you go. So I finally do the quest. I'm like, oh shit, I have this one. I guess to do this one. I go to Silica, and I got murdered by these fucking gorilla things. Like, oh god, the thing wrecked my ass. But then I found him, and the way he was talking about it is basically like, if anybody's seen, remember Futurama, Zap Brannigan, basically, hell, hey baby, what's up? Why don't we just go to the room and have a good time? And he was hitting on Ellie. I was like, oh hell nah. So I literally got out my magma gun and just vaporized his ass. But I saved before, and I reloaded the save. It's like, you know what? Next time I'll fucking murder you in another lifetime. So
Coward.
yeah, I know I'm a coward, but I like to be the Superman while I can. But that's all I've been playing.
Okay.
All right. I've been playing the Marvel's Avengers. I got to level 50 with Iron Man. About 110 or so power level. Just working through the missions that I have left. And I don't know, man. Like, I'm liking it. And I'm probably going to work on my other characters once I finish the story, like, whatever story missions I have left. But I don't know, some things you guys say that I don't know, I just don't agree with. Like, Iron Man's costumes, for instance, I just don't think any of them are all that great. Maybe one or two of them are good. I just got the level 51, and it's all blue, and it has, like, these red circles all over them. I'm like, what the fuck are those red circles? It's weird. I don't like it.
I remember a blue one that I really wanted. I don't remember red circles.
Yeah, there's, like, red circles all over them. It's weird. That's the little 50 skin. What else? I'm like, the characters I like are Iron Man the most, and then probably Thor and Hulk, and then I really don't care for Kamala in the end game. Like, she doesn't have that great of an ability for offense, and her buffs, she doesn't really buff, she just heals. And there's multiple ways to get heals without using her ability. Like, there's takedowns that you can do eventually that spawn health orbs. So if you work on a stun build, you can easily stun characters constantly and just keep doing takedowns to generate orbs for healing. And then you could also give that to your other characters that you level up along the way, so they could also make healing orbs or even heroic orbs if you need that as well, to get your abilities back faster. What else? Yeah, we talked about falling through the ground and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say other than what we've already said.
I know what you can say. Your opinion is wrong. You're shit. You're full of shit. You can take your opinions. You can stuff about the ass.
It's just a different opinion, guys. It's better to have different opinions than the same opinion.
Listen, I probably will be hating it once I get the post game shit. So.
Yeah, the post game is pretty boring, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's just a lot of. Great. It's a lot of the same thing. Like I think I talked about it last week, where it's just the same rooms over and over again in the same maps.
I forgot to ask this question about the iconic missions, because I did Hulk and it said chapter 1 or part 1, and then it says part 2, but I don't see where to access that. How do I access
if you go to your objectives, and you hover over the iconic mission, it should tell you what you need to do next.
Yeah, they're not always missions that you select. Sometimes it's things you have to do.
Yeah, like I think with Hulk, it's like you have to do a bunch of damage while raged, and some other stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's grind stuff.
Yeah, it's grind stuff.
And then after you do that, it unlocks the next mission.
Alright, I'm just gonna go play the fucking Outer Worlds. Fuck this.
It's kind of annoying though, because like I did like the grind stuff, and then it unlocked the next mission, like for Hulk and Black Widow. And they're both like level 50 missions or something like that.
Why?
And I never use those characters, so I don't have them high enough to actually do their iconic missions.
Yeah, I have a level 43 mission. I'm like, why is that even? Why are you showing me this now?
Yeah, and so many of them, like even the
no
ones that are at your level, they scale with you.
Yeah.
So it's like you'll see something that's way above your level. You'll get up to that level, and it'll still be like 20 up because it's scaled with you.
Because
Too high.
so depending on what difficulty you picked at the beginning, it'll automatically default that to be either 5 higher than what you are. So like challenge 2 is 5 higher, and then I think challenge 3 is 10 higher, and then challenge 4 is 15 higher. I think it goes like that. So you can change the difficulty to normal and just do the mission, because it'll be at your level.
I think difficulty 2 is normal.
No, it's not.
What?
Oh,
What is
I have
difficulty
everything
2?
set to difficulty 2.
Challenge 2 is that's what I picked at the beginning was challenge 2. Maybe it's a bug where it's
Is
like
that hard?
defaulted. It's like easy plus
What? Oh no, I'm a fucking scrub.
or normal plus rather, whatever.
Oh god, I'm installing this fucking game. God damn it.
Then for you, I just recommend just finishing the campaign and stop. Like, there's really nothing else for you to do.
Enjoy the new characters as they come out, and be casual.
I'm buddy up with Tyler, so I'm gonna do that. But I'm not gonna play this game like all the time.
No, me either. Probably. Like I enjoy it for what it is, but it's not something that I'll like get super into. Probably.
I'm gonna try and make this my second game along with Destiny. It's gonna be very hard to do.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
Because I actually like the grind.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of those guys that likes grinding in games. So.
I go.
I just like grinding.
Just.
I like grinding in Tony Hawk games. Does that count?
Yep.
No, I don't.
Grinding is really cool in Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Grinding around, man.
Yeah, so I've been playing more Tony Hawk as well. I only got to the city in 1. I can't remember what the actual
Downtown?
name of it is. Downtown, yeah. Those competitions are really tough, man. I don't know if they made them harder in this game or not, but you have to have at least a 90 in order to get a first place medal. And I've only gotten 3rd. Like, I've gotten at least 80 something you need to at least get for 3rd.
Well, it's like if you bail, you're pretty much you're screwed.
Yeah.
Like you have to have a perfect run, even if you don't get a super high score. As long as you don't like miss a trick, you'll be fine. And that's the hard part. It's like I'll get a high score, but I'll fail a lot along the way, and so it kills my score.
Yeah.
Or it kills my ranking, whatever.
I find the best way to get a better score and stuff is to just chain combos, obviously. So basically, like going off ramps and stuff, and then verting down and switching, and then grinding and then manualing and stuff like that. Like, it's the best way to do it, and it's really fun when you pull off a really huge combo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I need to check out the creative park stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't delved into that at all.
I've been trying to unlock more of the parts first.
It's so stupid that you have to buy the parts
Mm-hmm.
instead of just unlocking with your level.
Well, you unlock them with your level, and then you have to buy them.
Right, it's so dumb.
Yeah.
Because I want to buy, like the shirt or whatever. I like the customization stuff. I really haven't been doing a whole lot else other than just grinding in Marvel. I did some Destiny stuff, but you can hear about that on the other show.
It's kind of a slow week.
Yeah.
Like next week we've got Mario 3D All Stars, so that's cool.
The what?
The Mario 3D All Stars collection.
The what? Huh?
Yeah, Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, and not Mario Galaxy 2, all together in one.
You mean the thing that's gonna come out before Metroid Prime trilogy for Switch?
Yeah. I mean,
there's a lot of games
objectively
that
that is
yeah.
the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, because one of them is actually real.
All right. Let's go into the news, but before that, let's do a little break here.
You mean like how Chun-Li for Smash isn't real?
Mine's is more realistic than yours, buddy.
I don't think so.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Metroid's actually a Nintendo franchise, and they have a new game coming out.
Shit about.
That's not true. They have a new game coming out, so they need to get the hype up for it.
Do they though? Do we know that Metro Prime 4 actually exists?
Yeah, they've been hiring for it.
Mm-hmm. Sure they have.
Why do you like this?
I don't know.
All right.
You're in a weird mood today.
Am I?
Yeah.
Or am I always like this and you just never realize?
No.
I've been in a weird mood all week, so I'm not responding well to it.
I can't wait
It's
for
fine.
us to watch Vengeance together.
What's that?
What is that? I don't know what that is.
What? It's the wrestling
Yeah.
thing.
What wrestling thing? We do a wrestling show together?
Yeah, 2001 Vengeance.
Oh, okay.
Whatever, fine. Back in 2-1. Speaking of things that no longer are not going to exist, Twitch Sings.
Sad.
Yeah, you can talk about this.
Yeah, so I could kind of see this coming because they said they were putting out new songs every week, and lately it's been like not a lot. But they are officially ending support and actually like entirely removing the Twitch Sings service as of the beginning of 2021. They're going to start getting rid of like the videos and clips and things like that are on their server at the beginning of December. And then January 1st, 2021, the entire service will end and the game will no longer be available. This happens with things like this, you know, all the licensing and stuff like that gets very expensive. If they see that the popularity of it's going down, there's no reason to maintain the licenses and stuff. But it still sucks, and the way they're going about explaining it is pretty terrible. Like, it's just this blog post about, like, on the introduction to Twitch Sings. So, like, the actual Twitch Sings, like, FAQ page or whatever. The introduction is just Twitch Sings service shutdown. And the details. So, and then it's got the information of how to download it and stuff. Like, after all of that. So they just kind of commandeered the existing Twitch Sings page and didn't really say anything else about it. I only saw this because I found a random Reddit post about it. But I get it. It just sucks because, like, I actually use it quite a bit just to practice singing in my free time. Like, I don't put the stuff out there, but it's a great, you know, tool. And, you know, we do the occasional Twitch Sings stream. Like, it's fun times. So it's sad to not have that option anymore, especially when there's not really a good replacement as far as, like, karaoke software. But these things come and go. It's whatever. It's just, this was the thing that people were using. Like, it was the go-to for, you know, live karaoke. So I'm hoping something else comes about to kind of take its place, but it wouldn't have the money and the support to get the, like, official, you know, library that it had. Because there's a lot of songs on there. Like, most of them were trash, but there was a lot of songs on there. And they were all covers. But, like, it doesn't matter. It's karaoke. Why pay for the actual license when you can have a cover and then the person sings it anyway?
Yeah, isn't that how that works?
Right. But, like, you know, when you do the preview or whatever, it was like a cover artist that did the song. But who cares? Yeah. This bummed me out.
So speaking of things that are a bummer, Ubisoft Forward hosted a bunch of trailers. First off, I'm just going to go in order of this article. So first off, we have Prince of Persia, Stanza Time Remake. Yep. It looks really rough. It looks like it's a game from the 360 era, to be honest.
That's being generous.
It's alpha footage.
Why show it then?
This is the same thing that happened with Marvel's Avengers, where we all like shit on it for looking like shit, and then it came out and it looks okay. It's not great, but it's like okay enough. But this looks like shit.
But the game is still solid. Like, this could be the same situation. The game is solid. I don't care if it looks amazing. It's a current gen game coming out next year. It's not a good
first impression.
I want you to clip that audio for when the game comes out and Justin complains about the graphics a year from now or whatever the game's called. I want to hold this.
Like 4
Do
months
I
from now?
ever really complain about graphics?
Yeah.
That's not like something I'm known for.
You have though, and I want to hold when it happens because it will happen.
I mean,
because it's in the ether.
I've been very neutral about things. Like I already said, this doesn't look amazing, but I don't care that it's not like top notch. If it's fun to play, that's the important thing.
Okay.
Prince of Persia was never like a graphics pusher.
No, they look great for their time, man.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, that's called misremembering right there, buddy.
I don't know.
Especially Warrior Within and what's the last
Two
one?
Thrones?
Two Thrones?
Yeah.
Is that the third one's called?
Two Thrones did not. No, that was a next gen, well, at the time, next gen game that still looked like it was just they put it on the systems.
And then 2008 looked really beautiful.
Yeah, 2008 one. I had that when it was PS Plus. When I had PS Plus, that one's legit.
Yeah, I still need to check that one out.
Like that's probably my favorite one out of all of these. Like I bought all the
Steam.
No, it's on Uplay.
It is on
But it's
Steam, but
$2
you
on
have to
Uplay.
But you have to play it from Uplay. But
Oh no! Fuck you, Ubisoft.
suggest get it on Uplay. Like cut the middleman out.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to. No,
I bought them all for $10 because they have a sale going on for right now.
Yeah.
No,
No, 2008 had a style though. Like it wasn't like top of the line graphics. It was just a stylized look, so it worked for what they were doing. Anyway, that's beside the point. I don't want to get in a graphics argument because I think they could have just made this a remaster, and it would have done terribly because that game doesn't hold up like gameplay wise.
the game's ass.
But it's smart that they're doing a remake instead because it doesn't have to look amazing. Like I said, it's going to be a current gen game coming out after the next gen systems.
I don't know. After Tony Hawk and like what's the other one? Shadow of the Colossus remakes. Like there's a standard now for remakes.
Xenoblade Chronicles remake.
Maybe.
Fucking Final Fantasy VII remake.
That's Final Fantasy VII remake is a different case. But like they said that like they were mostly focusing on updating the combat and just like the controls in general.
Oh, it's $1.99.
And it's a budget title, so it doesn't have to look amazing. It's $40. So like, what do you expect?
I mean, so is Tony Hawk, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but that also, I mean, it's not Last of Us 2 or anything.
it looks better than this shit.
Question, yeah, like the game is probably not going to be received well because it's in alpha, right? It's obviously not supposed to look that well. So it's just going to hurt your game's image by showing it. I think if they would have just showed a logo or something, it would have just been just as hype. Cinematic trailer like Ubisoft loves to fucking do.
Yeah.
Like, why not that?
They did that. They did that last time. That's why.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, let's do it again. Shit.
I don't know. Like, this is being made by an actual, like, Indian studio, which is awesome.
That's neat.
And, you know, it's a new Prince of Persia game, really, because it's got, like, all new motion capture, all new voice acting. Like, it's gonna hit the same story beats, but it's a new game retelling that story. So, like, you complain all you want, but people have been wanting a new Prince of Persia forever, and we're getting one, and now everyone's just nitpicking the graphics. Like, who cares? Like, would you do that with a new Splinter Cell?
Yes,
Oh, we finally get a Splinter Cell. Oh, it looks crappy. I don't want it.
I would critique the fuck out of it if it looked like shit.
I mean, people were doing that with. I was doing that with Avengers before. It like, I think it looks better in the end product.
First impressions matter, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I guess.
But as long again, if they're reworking the controls, that's desperately needed, and hopefully it works. It works better, plays better.
I will say this looks better than Halo Infinite, and that's a next-gen game.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
looks can be deceiving.
Is the 2008 one? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah, the reboot.
Yeah. I might just buy this one because I played Warrior with I bought like 2 years ago. I bought the HD collection for 1, 2, and 3. Played 1, hated it, got so mad, but I beat it. 2 is fuck 2 for having a shitty ass map, and you want me to fucking backtrack and fuck you.
2008 was really good.
I'm gonna buy that one. I'm gonna play that one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next up we have Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Complete Edition.
Oh boy.
Take it away, Ben.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm happy that it's a thing that people have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I have turned my back against Scott Pilgrim. That's all. I think he's problematic, so I don't want to do anything with the book or the movie or the game anymore.
Oh, I thought you were complaining about the problematic release strategy of this game, not the character
No, I
himself.
just don't like Scott Pilgrim in general because, like, the character, and I just don't want to do anything to do with Scott Pilgrim.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, like, I'm happy. People are happy, and this game's back. But, like, I read it in my 20s. I don't want to read. I don't want anything to do with it anymore. That's all.
No, my problem with this specifically is dependent on how it's released. Because people that owned the game digitally could not play it anymore once it was delisted. Like, it disappeared from libraries.
Wait, really? I thought if you just
Yeah, they got rid of it because they said music licensing or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
like it was gone entirely.
So even if you bought it and had it downloaded, it was still gone.
Correct.
If you had it downloaded, you could play
Shit.
it, but you just couldn't re-download it.
That makes sense. The way you're making it sound is like they deleted it off your fucking hardware. Like, holy shit, that's fucking.
I thought they did.
I don't
Like
think
it was
did.
gone from your library.
I'm pretty sure you can still play it if it's downloaded.
I mean, I guess
Like
they
with
can't
Silent
delete
Hill,
the.
like with PT. Like if you have it on there, it's
Yeah,
yours.
no, they can't delete the exe off your computer, but like it doesn't show up in your library anymore. Anyway, so if this new version like brings it back to people's libraries, like if you've already purchased it, it's fine. But if those people that purchased it lost their version and then have to buy this new one again, that's problematic.
For example, I
But
bought
those
it on the
versions-
360 way back. Am I gonna
Yeah.
get this for free, or am I gonna get my copy back?
Yeah, I don't think that would work because most people don't play their PS3s or Xbox 360s anymore. Like,
What
you
about
just-
Steam?
Just rebuy the game again.
No thanks, I'm good.
You have no problem with buying a Mario collection for $60 that you already own and you've emulated, but you have a problem with
Are
spending.
you talking to me or are you talking to Justin?
No.
I'm talking to people in.
I'm okay with it when it's your choice. When you still own the games, you just want them again. When they take the game away from you and then ask you to buy it again, that's a problem.
But if you still have it downloaded, then you still have it.
Theoretically.
You just don't. Theoretically, like so. 'cause
I
you can't-
thought they removed it. Like, it's gone.
I don't think they can. Like if it's in your.
I
if
never
you
bought
can
it,
play
so I don't know.
Yeah, so
But that's what I read.
if you probably can't find it. You cannot find this. It's like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. If you have that game downloaded, it's yours. Like I have Marvel vs. Capcom 1 Origins on my PS3. It's not in the store. So if I delete that download, that's gone forever.
That sucks.
But if they decide to re-release Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for people who bought that version as well, then just buy the fucking game again.
But if it's one of... So wait, it sounds like you don't see a problem with this, but you see a problem with the Mario collection. That makes you hypocritical.
I don't see a problem with the Mario collection. I'm saying
Then
that
why'd
they're
you use
one
it
and
as
the
an
same.
example?
Because if you don't have a problem with this, why should you have a problem with this?
I have a problem with both.
Like it's to me, it's the same thing. It's like no, like if you lost it, well, that's either unfortunate or you sold your console or whatever the circumstance is. The game's been gone for what 10 years now. Like just buy it again. It's $20. I don't or like and like
My
I said,
problem
most people
is the entire concept of losing digital games, and just in general.
That's wrong.
Right.
Right. I don't disagree with that. Like Silent Hills, we've talked about this numerous times.
Yeah.
Like Marvel vs. you cannot buy Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or 1 at all. That sucks.
Right.
But
I don't want
if
this Disney Vault situation where you
Right.
lose something and then have to buy it again.
Right. But if a game has been gone for 10 years and we've moved another console generation, most people either A, weren't alive when that game came out, or you probably upgraded from the PS3, Xbox 360 to next-gen consoles, you wouldn't have access to Scott Pilgrim if you had either sold your console, lost the data, or whatever. I don't see a problem with spending another $20 that you know, for a game that you haven't had in roughly maybe 7 to 10 years.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Because that's your choice. That's totally okay. Like, the reason I want the Mario 3D collection is because, like, I have the games elsewhere, but I want to play them on the Switch. It's more convenient, and
Right.
I'm choosing to do that.
Right.
It doesn't bother me that they're charging it for them again when I already own them, but it would bother me, like with the Pikmin situation, where they removed the game from the Wii U eShop because it was cheaper than the $60 deluxe version they put out.
Yeah, and I agree with you that was fucked. And since then, they've put it back.
Yeah. So I'm saying this would be that situation, not the Mario situation.
I guarantee you, similar to PT, if you have Scott Pilgrim downloaded on your console right now, you can still play it and no problem on either your PS3 or 360. Now, if it got if you deleted it on accident or you lost or system failure, whatever, you know, for whatever reason, then yeah, you're shit out of luck, and that sucks because that's an overall message. That's not just a message with Scott Pilgrim. That's an overall problem.
Yeah,
that the gaming industry has with licensing. Again, Marvel's Capcom 1 and 2 got taken down because of licensing issues because of the two games.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm not against that. I'm just more against the fact that like you probably bought this game in 2010. Not you, Justin, but other people did. You haven't turned on your PS3 360 in what, 7 years maybe? Maybe you turn it on. Maybe you let your cousin have it. Just to me, it's just buy the game again.
My PS3 is right there.
Yeah, I agree with you on.
My thing is that like Xbox is touting backwards compatibility, so I kind of want to have my 360 games come with me, and that was one of them.
Yeah, so
yeah, but I wouldn't expect like all third-party games to come with me though. Like that's just unrealistic.
I don't know. I mean, if you're touting backwards compatibility and your games aren't actually brought up, then that's not backwards compatibility.
True, but that's also up to individual companies.
I'm pretty sure they said all their games were going to be backwards compatible.
Yeah, and if you're re-releasing a game that was on the old system, then and you already own it on backwards compatibility, just make it available again. Like you already put the game back out there. The person already bought it. Why not?
I don't see that. I also don't see an issue with just buying the game again. I think they can go both ways.
Anyway,
speaking of, or no, we're just moving on. Immortals, Phoenix Rising. You guys talk about this.
This looks great.
Let's go.
So, I mean, it definitely looks like a clear knockoff of Breath of the Wild mixed with like Ubisoft elements, like it's made in the Assassin's Creed engine and stuff like that.
I mean, Breath of the Wild did take a lot of points from Ubisoft with its overworld and shit. So.
Right. So it's like it's a melding. But what I've read so far from the demos and stuff is that it's kind of an awkward melding of those things. But like I'm still excited for it. It looks great, and I love what they're trying to do. I don't expect it to be at the same level as Breath of the Wild because it doesn't look like it has a full physics system that you can manipulate and do all sorts of cool stuff with or whatever. But like it seems like it'll be a fun sandbox to play around in. So
yeah, and I feel like that would have been a little too on the nose if they had done like a physics-based thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that it's just like a cool action adventure game with this huge ass world with this seemingly fun combat system, and couldn't we have just made this Roman guys? Like that's all we had to do. Just turn the helmets, design the helmets a little bit. No, we got the Greek again. Okay, fine. I'll see Zeus fuck a goat again. Okay, fine, whatever. God, was this running natively on the Switch? Because I don't believe it.
I doubt it. I don't think this was Switch footage. No.
I'm gonna hate this then because it's gonna.
It's on other systems, so why would they show the Switch version?
I am scared now. Oh fuck no! I am terrified.
Get it on your Xbox.
Yeah, I could do that, but I want to play a game like this. It's begging to be played portably.
I guess
my Switch is still my primary console.
Just get the beefy Switch that's rumored to be coming out.
I'll believe it. Similar to the Metroid Prime trilogy, I'll believe it when I actually fucking see it.
That's what they're really doing. They're holding off the Metroid Prime trilogy for the 4K Switch, so they can do a 4K HD remaster of the Metroid Prime games.
With HDR.
I will eat my entire arm if that's true.
Clip that audio for me.
Alright, I guess we'll just move on to the next one. Riders Republic.
I didn't even look at this.
What is this?
Okay, next up we have Rainbow Six Siege with Sam Fisher. Justin told me that this was coming to Ghost Recon, so I was actually kind of like interested.
I thought it was until this exact moment.
Since it's Rainbow Six Siege, I'm very less interested.
Justin confuses Ubisoft games. Dun, dun, dun. No. What's the
I mean, yeah.
The Sunny in Philadelphia.
I don't know.
That's the title card. Justin confuses Ubisoft games.
In my defense, all those Rainbow Six games are the same.
It's not Rainbow Six. It's Ghost Recon.
Oh, it's Tom Clancy.
Ugh.
Isn't it Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six though?
You play as a generic white guy who fights military shit.
What I meant is all the Tom Clancy games are the same.
Yes, that's very much true.
I will not stand for this heresy on my podcast.
It's our podcast.
You don't pay the bills.
No,
That's a valid point.
God, now I'm flashback into my mom, dad's divorce in 2005. Jesus Christ.
Anyways, yeah, let's just move on from that. So there's For Honor news. Just Dance 2021.
I completely missed that.
Not coming to the Wii.
No?
What?
End of an era. Yeah, it's officially not coming to the Wii.
Just Dance 2020 was the last Wii game.
It's crazy.
Right?
Fucking 2020 is the worst year, man.
Maybe they can finally like update their engine since they're not being held back by that 20-year-old system.
That's really funny, Justin. That's really
Just Dance, innovate? Nah.
Doesn't need to.
And then we have Far Cry VR, which is pretty cool. It's getting VR treatment in 2021.
I didn't either.
Far Cry VR dive into insanity seems based off Far Cry 3. Far Cry VR will be available only at zero latency VR facilities. So that sucks.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
It must be like a chain of like VR places that you can go to.
Oh, like VR arcades?
Yeah.
So that's like
That
Silicon
sucks.
Valley shit. Okay.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Then we got a Goss game of space. I don't know if you guys saw what that was.
I briefly saw it. I thought it was something to do with Lone Echo, but then it wasn't, so I tuned out.
It sounds posh.
Then we have Monster Prom 2, Monster Camp.
I don't know what that is.
And then we have Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Red Patriot. It's the next DLC content pack coming September 15th.
Ghost Recon, Breakpoint, Red what?
Patriot.
Red Patriot.
Red Patriot. That's too many. Too many.
The Crew 2.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Red Patriot.
Yes. Then we have The Crew 2, The Chase Season 1, and that's it.
Wait, is that a thing?
The Crew 2? Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out like a year ago? 2 years ago?
Did it? Wow.
I think it's on Game Pass, actually.
Huh. That's a car game, right?
Yeah, you can transform your car into a boat and a plane.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's Sonic Racing transformed without the Sonic characters.
And you can do it at any time.
I'll just play Sonic Racing Transform.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to wait for certain areas.
That's fine.
It's a better game, though.
You don't want to just turn into a boat when you're flying midair and then land in the water?
No.
And be James Bond?
No. Because I don't want to look like a generic-ass plane.
I am a boat. I am a boat.
Alright, Bodie McBoatface. Let's move on to the next topic here.
Boats.
Let's talk about some control shit. Actually, hang on. Let me back up a bit and talk about Ubisoft and their video they released before the show.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't watch
Yeez?
it, but they put out an apology about, like, that they didn't know about shit going down in their company, like all the sexual harassment stuff, which is a bold-faced lie. And they didn't put it in the video of the Ubisoft Forward, so they got a lot of flack for that. Rightly so. I talked to Justin earlier this week, and I said I couldn't watch this show because of Ubisoft. I'm a big fan of Ubisoft games, like I said, like Ghost Recon, Breakpoint, love it. But man, it's really hard to try and play their games now.
And they kept the whole show. They said and this next thing is for the fans. And it felt so pandering. One of the things wasn't even games. It was just a sizzle reel of something actual sports related.
Yeah.
That I ended up scrolling through. I don't even know what it was.
Wow.
But it was It's not on that list of things, notice, because it was nothing.
Man,
It was like something to do with the sports team.
that's rough.
Yeah.
See,
It's really weird.
I played Ghost Recon Breakpoint while I was like recovering from my surgery because I really like that game and there's a lot to grind for and I used to be a really big fan of Ubisoft, but now it's rough. Especially since
it doesn't help that a lot of their games feel the same, and like they're cannibalizing a lot of their sales right now because they have Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia. That's January, and Immortals: Phoenix Rising, all coming out this holiday. In this fiscal year, I should say. Because, like I said, Prince of Persia is January, but still, that's,
Wait, that game's coming out in January. Oh, that is baby.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea. Game's gonna be.
It's gonna get delayed.
Okay.
Because, Halo was supposed to come out, in, November or something like that? And the backlash to that got it delayed. So this will probably happen too. But
hopefully.
Also, it's Ubisoft, and they want to get all their games out before the end of the fiscal year, so...
Yeah.
It might get delayed to March.
Time to call in Captain Crunch.
Yeah, I used to be really a fanboy of them because there was a lot of Canadian studios, and I always wanted to work at either Montreal or Toronto. So it's rough.
Yeah.
All right. So next up we have Control's weird next gen upgrade. This is so weird, dude. So essentially, some people who have the version of Control that's not the Ultimate Edition, but the one that came with the DLC bundled, are getting free upgrades to the Ultimate Edition, which will give you the free upgrade to the next gen version. For some reason,
which they said wasn't possible, and that's why they have to do it this way.
Right.
That's why they have to make people that already own the game pay for it in order to get the next gen, because it's not as easy as just switching it over.
Yeah.
Which they just did.
They did by accident.
I don't know if this is if this is just actually a mistake and they're going to get flack for it, or if they were testing if it works so that they can come out with an announcement saying, oh, well, we heard your feedback and we figured out we are able to upgrade people. So if you already own the game, you get your next gen upgrade. We're sorry about the confusion.
I can't tell which is more shitty.
Right. If they backpedal once they get caught, or if they just actually screwed up and don't do anything.
Thomas, I'm gonna trust that when I play this game, it's good and it blows my fucking mind off.
It's really good, man. It's a really good game.
Okay.
And this isn't Remedy's call. This is 505 Publishing.
Yeah.
So it's on the publisher. And I assume they just did I assumed at the beginning because they didn't want to do it because it's not worth it for a single player game, to give everyone a free copy, that doesn't get them anything or anywhere. But now after this came out, it's really, guys, you're gonna say you can't do it and then you do.
Right. That's the problem.
What? Get out of here. Anyways, it's a really good game. I still need to play the AWE expansion because that's already out.
Wait. There's a wrestling promotion crossover with this game?
No, that's AEW.
Oh.
This is Alan Wake.
Okay.
This is AWE.
Oh.
See, that is too close. And you use the acronyms and everything. It's going to confuse. I guarantee there's a frustrated AEW fan who's going to buy the game thinking, oh, yeah, I get to play as that guy. Yeah.
They must be a really stupid AEW fan then.
Yeah, pretty much all of them. Oh.
Let me know if you end up in awe of this DLC.
Is it out yet?
Yeah, it's out, man. It's been out for a while now.
Okay. I do want to play this game because it seems interesting.
Yeah, it's really good.
Pick up the $40 Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, it's coming out in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll consider it.
Something like that.
Maybe it goes on sale or something for $20. Get my premium deal.
So speaking of games that Ben plays, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
Oh yeah.
Getting Laura Shiba, the Red Samurai Ranger.
Yeah, she was announced at Combo Breaker earlier this year. She was one of 3 characters. She comes out, I think, in a couple of weeks, actually. I'm looking at the trailer to get the... She comes out next the 15th, so that's cool. Show off some gameplay once again, man. Seriously, if there's one fucking fighting game you're gonna play that's not super expensive, well, it kind of is now, but they're coming out with a physical edition that might come with everything? Question mark? I don't know, actually. Get this game. It's so good, and they just keep adding to it. And I think even recently on Twitter, the Battle for the Grid Twitter account was like, hey, what if we put Street Fighter Rangers in our game? How about that? Because there's actually a mobile game called Battle for the Grid that added, like, Street Fighter characters, and there's actually a Chun-Li costume for Chun-Li that she's in a Power Ranger costume, so that's pretty dope. So if that happens again, I get to play my girl in another game. But she looks cool. She looks so cool. I think, yeah, it's another Red Ranger, considering they have Jason, the Quantum Ranger. I think there's another Red Ranger in there somewhere. And to have, I think she's the first ever, at least in America, the first ever female Red Ranger, and she is the leader. So I think that's really cool. She has nice gameplay stuff. She looks sick. I like some of her like sick transitions and how she goes over people. Looks like she has like a buff she could do. Like she creates like the symbol in midair. She looks fun. I mean, that's pretty much all the characters in this game. Like if like we've played it before, we need to play again at some point.
It's pretty cool.
She looks fun. I'm still looking forward to who the final character is. I know who it is. I can't remember her name right now, but yeah, this game keeps on giving. No, September 15th. Go Power Rangers.
And hey, this game is on Xbox Game Pass if you want to check it out.
Yes, it is. It's also only $20.
Free transition for you there.
Yeah. And it has crossplay with everything. So your pool is never depleted. Go Power Rangers.
So speaking of Game Pass, we have EA Play is coming to Game Pass for no additional cost at all.
The best deal in gaming.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Like, EA just simplified all their stuff, which I think this is part of why. Yeah. So it was an easier sell for the Game Pass stuff. It wouldn't be so confusing to pair it with it. But yeah, EA just simplified all their stuff to be just like this one service, EA Play. And now they're bundling that with Game Pass for free, basically. Like, it's a crazy good deal.
We don't know when this is going to happen. It's supposed to be sometime this year.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to not know that.
And then also, we don't know how long it's going to last. But this is, it's still absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it has to be for a couple of years to sign something like this.
Yeah. You do have to, like, it's not like they just put all the EA games in Game Pass. It's actually, like, it gives you a free EA Play account, essentially. Or EA Play membership, I should say. But, like, it's your Game Pass subscription includes a membership to EA Play. So it's not like they're, smushing the things together. It's like a bundle, kind of. Like the Disney Plus and Hulu deal.
It's a separate service altogether.
Yeah. You just get it for free. But still, it's really cool. Like, a lot of their biggest games are on EA Play. All the sports games. Titanfall 2, Need for Speed Heat, Battlefield, Mass Effect, Skate games,
The
Sims.
Yeah.
I can play Fallen Jedi now?
Yep.
I think it's on there.
It is.
Like for free? Or do I have to
No,
pay
you
money
can.
for it?
You already have Game Pass.
EA Play is basically Game Pass for EA games.
Yeah.
I get to be a Jedi?
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can even play The Sims and be a Jedi in The Sims now.
That's true.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna, I was really tempted to buy Sims 4 expansion stuff for me and my wife to play. And so if it's gonna be included on EA Play, problem solved.
There you go.
Yeah. And maybe I'll finally try out Mass Effect 3. Because I don't want to play 1 or 2. They're but
just play 2. 2 is awesome. What are you talking about? 1 is the one that's aged the most horrible.
Really?
2 is awesome.
I played 1 and didn't like it. I tried to play 2, and it was back when, PC discs were a thing. The disc wouldn't read. And I've seen 3 played, but I haven't played it myself.
2 is the best hybrid adaptation of RPG and and shooter. 3 is just pretty much just like a raw third person.
2 is the one that everyone agrees is the good one.
Gotcha.
It's the best one, yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll try 2 then.
Suicide mission, bitches.
I also want to try that new Need for Speed game.
Hot cars.
So, I'm excited.
So let's keep into the Xbox news and talk about the Series X and Xbox Series S release date and price finally revealed.
AKA the first shot has been fired.
Yeah,
and we went almost all week with no response from Sony.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the weirdest part. So essentially what happened here was it was leaked, quote unquote leaked. We don't know if that was a real leak or not, or if Xbox set that up.
Mm-hmm.
Or being cheeky about it.
Their response was pretty amusing. Either they were just leaning into it, or they planned it.
Yeah. So it was leaked out. Was it the price that was leaked? I know the S was leaked.
It was just the picture.
It was just the S? Okay. So yeah, the S was leaked, and then they came out, I can't remember if it was a day or two later.
It was like 3 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah, it was weird. They're like, oh, so since this was already leaked, we plan to announce this next week, but here's all the new info that we have about the Xbox.
Yeah.
And so we have the Xbox Series S coming at $299, and the Series X at $499.
Which is kind of insane.
Yeah, it's pretty aggressive pricing.
Yeah.
Price of a fucking Switch.
Yeah.
The Series S is their smallest console. They have no disk drive, but it still has the same CPU as the Series X, which is crazy to think about.
It has a comparable CPU. The clock speed's a little lower.
Is it? Because I could have sworn I saw the stats that was the same.
But I doubt the people who are going to be targeted towards this, they don't give a shit about that.
Right. The main hit it takes is the RAM and the slightly lower graphics card.
Yeah.
They're basically banking on the CPU being doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
So it won't majorly affect performance. And the lower GPU is just because they're planning for 1440p resolution at 60 frames a second rather than 4K.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to hit 4K with this.
I don't think they're going to hit 1440 stable. I think this is going to be a really solid 1080 box for most games.
Yeah.
But I know devs at least are a little bit worried already. Just because the specs are quite a bit lower. And with trying to eliminate load times and stuff, sure, it's got the solid state drive. It's only 512, but it's got the solid state drive. But the lower RAM is going to cause some issues with that.
Yep.
Now I feel bad.
And I mean, it's a great value, and it's going to be an awesome entry point for a lot of people. But considering, I think it'll be fine for this first year or two when they're still also developing for current gen. But I have a feeling that this system is going to be a bit of a bottleneck for next gen. When they stop, supporting current gen stuff and just move into next gen, I think this is going to hold them back from what PS5 is doing.
Yeah.
But it's a smart thing still. To get people in there, with Game Pass, EA Play, a lot of their stuff is not as pretty as the PS5 or as the Sony exclusives.
Sony still has the power card of the exclusives.
Right.
That's their
most third-party stuff is scalable because it's already built for multiple systems.
Right, I was going to mention that.
Yeah, and their exclusives are kind of also scalable because they don't they put their stuff on PC. They still have their stuff coming to the Xbox One. It's all their ecosystem is the problem, really. Which I love it, don't get me wrong, but it is holding them back performance-wise. So I don't see that being an issue, but as far as keeping up long-term, it's going to be an issue. Also, I saw a render of someone, I think someone on Reddit, took this box design and just put, kind of the, the stylized X circle over the front vent thing, and it looked so much better. Like just that one small change.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would it would up the price of development a little bit more because you have to like have that, you know, that logo on there, but it would be worth it. It just gives it kind of a slick finish.
Yeah, so the design of the Series S is basically a white box with a black circle grill on top.
Yeah. Looks like a hot plate.
The people who have that phobia of looking at too many holes, it's going to freak them the fuck out.
I mean, that's been the Xbox for the last few years now, though.
Yeah, it is porous.
I have a Series S, and the whole front top is all holes. Yeah.
The X isn't like that.
No,
X is just solid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all holes, and then it's got like half of it is a circle.
Oh. I'll admit it freaks me out sometimes too. Like, why is there so many holes? Stop it.
Well, you gotta solve the heating issue somehow.
Right, Sony. Friggin' jet engine PS4.
Yeah.
With just its side slats, that's all it's got.
They also announced I can't remember what they call it, but it's essentially the thing where you can get Game Pass and they get console.
Oh, Xbox All Access.
All Access, yeah.
Yeah.
Pay a monthly
financing
fee.
Yeah, it's like it does a credit check and all that stuff. Like it's actually a financing plan.
They're actually bringing that to Canada too, which is pretty cool.
Nice. I had looked into it for the One X, but it didn't really seem worth it.
Not right now, at least.
Right, like it was easier for me to just go buy one.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna have, like, I won't lie. When I heard the price, I'm like, motherfucker, I could have. No, because it's not gonna, like, because I can't. The games that are like, not all games that are gonna be available at launch, and I doubt I could get one anyways.
Yeah.
Like I used my voodoo magic to get a Switch on launch day. That shit ain't gonna work for the Xbox, especially in the pandemic time we're living.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be happy with my X because I got a whole library of 6 years of games that I have yet to touch.
Oh yeah,
so I'm good.
And Game Pass makes it all limitless.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to be a generation behind.
Mm-hmm. Also, the system is launching on November 10th. I don't know if that's been announced before or what.
Nope. And also pre-orders are September 22nd.
Yes. And just a quick little shout out. They moved the release date of Assassin's Creed up a week to coincide with this launch date. Assassin's Creed has always kind of been like Xbox focused.
Yeah.
Has it?
Well, that's
at least recently.
That's where I played all mine.
Mm-hmm.
I played on I remember PS3. Well, I think the last time I played Assassin's Creed was 10 years ago, so I have no reputable source.
Yeah, I think Black Flag had some exclusive stuff on PS4, but that was like a special case.
I had those games on Switch. I need to play those.
Yeah, it's great news. They just kind of shadow dropped it, so it's a weird time for gaming.
In September when they should have announced this in summer, like
right?
Yeah, in
Sony,
July, June,
E3, quote unquote E3.
And it's been like you said earlier, it's been a few days since this announcement.
Yeah,
and Sony has still said shit.
You think they're just gonna wait until next week and then announce it?
I don't know. At this point, like they're not. They're proving that they don't want to be reactive because they could have just thrust something out there. Like they know it. Because
they could think like, well, we're gonna let this week play out for Xbox and have all their news, and then we'll swoop in next week with the big news.
Right.
Play cool. We got this.
Like,
we got this.
The thing is, I feel like fans expect the companies to be very competitive and like, oh, we got to get in there. But like, they're all friends, so like, they're perfect. I mean, from a business standpoint, sure, it makes sense to capitalize on everyone's already telling Sony to do it. So like, their brand is trending.
Everybody read Console Wars and assumed that's how it's.
That's the thing, right? Like,
but,
when this was announced, like not only was Xbox trending, but PlayStation was trending as well.
Yeah, so like that would have been the time to do it, but like Sony's thinking, let's let them have their moment. People are excited, and we'll put ours out when it's all died down.
I can't tell what's more scary because again, like like we've said it before, that's all they just have to show. A returning sequel from the PS4 and then like a new game, and they won because that's the power they have.
They did that. It's called Spider-Man Miles Morales and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Another one.
God of War 2.
They also had the Demon Souls remake.
That's true.
Like, they've already won. They just have to actually give the information.
I mean, we know more than the fact there's a gold PS5 coming out than the actual PS5.
Yeah.
Why do we know? Why?
Like, I fully expect it to be $600. I'm planning for that. I've put that aside. Like, I'm ready. Just give me the information.
Can't you just get? I want. The thing is, we're not going to get another legendary quote of why don't you just get a second job?
Right.
From 2006.
Right.
We're not going to get that again.
Yeah.
You can't.
I'm hoping that it's going to stay around the same price as the Series X. Because it's already.
I don't think they can hit 500.
It's already pretty.
With specs.
It's not more expensive up here. It's actually less, but it's still a higher number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
I see $549 at the lowest.
$599. That is my final answer.
I do enjoy all the Price is Right memes of like Sony's going to come in at $498.
The dollar less. Yeah. I hope it's this. I hope it's $499.
I doubt it.
Maybe the disc version will be $499. Maybe.
See, the thing is, I think getting a discless version is worse than getting a disc version because of the sales.
Yeah.
So if like you save money on on physical versions, you're already making that money back from buying the disc version.
Right.
I don't know.
Plus, you don't have issues with digital copies.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Getting your shit taken away for no reason.
Yeah.
I want to take you for a ride, but I can't because I got removed due to licensing issues.
All right, last story. Let's do this.
Next story up we have is our last story, which is Nintendo of America announced Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
Yeah.
Fucking just shadow dropping it on a fucking Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
I love it. No more. The era direct is over. The era of the shadow box dropping. Shadow box is here.
Yeah, so up front, like before we start talking about this, I have a theory that we're probably not getting any directs this year. Like everyone's freaking out about it, but like the kind of stuff we've already gotten is the stuff they would have saved for a direct. Because we just got the Mario direct, which they could have had be a chunk of a larger direct, and we get a friggin' Zelda game announced on its own. Like, what else would they show now if they're making these big announcements on their own?
Yeah, I went through that thing and just blocked everybody crying about no direct. Block.
Yeah.
Stop crying. You get your announcement. Cry. Stop
Oh,
crying.
speaking of, there's a reply here from someone I muted.
Nice.
Cool. All right. So yeah, the game itself is a prequel / spin-off to Breath of the Wild, set 100 years before the events of that game, following the Calamity War. Like basically when Calamity Ganon came in and, unleashed the Guardians and, like destroyed Hyrule or whatever. The stuff you see in like memories.
You see flashbacks of it, of it in the main game if you find all the pictures and stuff.
This is actually telling that story, and that's really cool because it sounds like it's the warrior style gameplay, so it's still just like the old Hyrule Warriors game. But like whereas that one was mostly kind of non-canonical fan service, this one it feels like the team's actually working closely with the Zelda team to make sure they get all the lore correct and stuff like that, and make sure the areas are accurate and
and it looks like Breath of the Wild, like they're using the same engine at least, which I that's really cool to me.
And it helps that it's an open world map, so they can just like plop you into the map sections because they are kind of they're open fields as it is. I'm sure there will be some changes, but it's also it's 100 years before. Like the trailer shows one area where you're in like a town, and there really aren't that many like actual townscapes in the game because they've all been destroyed. So it's,
I like the fact that this is a Muso game because it's a fucking war.
Right. It's so fitting. So like it is actually Link and the champions like fighting waves and waves of enemies because it's war.
And of course you're going to get to play as Rivali, Falco as I like to call him because he's pretty much Falco.
He is Falco.
I can't remember the Goron's name ever. Guruk?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and then of
Garuk,
course,
I think.
thick ass Urbosa, and and of course my wife, Mifa,
And Zelda.
So, and Zelda too. Yeah. So,
and
I'm
there's
not
this
gonna lie.
cute little and Impa.
And Impa too. Yes.
She's not on the box art or anything, but you definitely see her at one point.
Yeah.
Because this is like the old Impa, like but young and probably hot. Because they like making their hot Impas. There's also this
Especially
cute
this
little
is
like
technology.
guardian egg on the box art that I would guess is like a new character. Maybe like a good guardian that the Sheikah built like out of scraps or something.
Well, the Guardians are good. They were good. It's just like Ganon corrupts them at the end.
Yeah,
That
true.
was the thing.
That's fair. But yeah, so I have a feeling there's going to be some new characters too, and they're just highlighting the champions right now. But they did already announce that the next like showing of this game is going to be the end of the month. I think September 26th, maybe.
20s, something in the 20s.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll get a lot deeper dive into it then. But I think this game looks great. Like this is our Zelda game for this year. It comes out like November 20th, something like that.
November 10th, I think.
Oh, okay. So
It's sometimes
Xbox launch
I think
day.
it's around, like,
Smart.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I pre-ordered on Amazon this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck.
Yeah. Like
The
I loved
crazy
Hyrule
thing is-
Warriors. Some people aren't really a big fan of that Muso style and stuff. And I'll admit it was a little weird sometimes. Like the sheer amount of enemies and stuff, it didn't always mesh with the Zelda style. But like it makes so much more sense here because of the Breath of the Wild lore already kind of being woven in there. Like it's the perfect way to tell that story.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it interesting because I played Fire Emblem Warriors. I did play the original Wii U release of Hyrule Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
I still kind of want to buy the original Hyrule Warriors just because it has all the fan service shit, you know, with all the different maps and all the different characters and everything. But like, I think I'll play this one first. But like, it's like, yeah, it's the same thing over and over again. But if you really enjoy that loop, it's an enjoyable experience.
Yeah. And all the characters have their own attack styles and things like that. So like, it does kind of help mix it up. Because you have to play as them as the different characters throughout the story, and like you level them up. It's like Avengers kind of, you know. It's that loot grind, but if you're into it, it's fun.
Yeah, but I feel like playing a Muso game, especially more recent ones, are way more fun than grinding them out. Because I think you could literally autopilot most Muso games and grind out shit versus doing Avengers. You have to actively think about, okay, I gotta go here.
Do you have to actually think when you play Avengers?
Sometimes,
yeah.
But it's a fair comparison because you're controlling zones, you're finding like secret treasures, you're taking out waves of enemies. Like,
fuck, I kind of want to go buy Hyrule Warriors now, just to get my teeth wet.
Oh yeah, I picked it up on sale on Switch because I had it on Wii U, but like then they put out the 3DS version that added some new characters and like new story content.
It has the Wind Waker shit.
Yeah. And so when they put out the Switch version that also had all that stuff, I was like, well, I want to see the Wind Waker stuff, like all the new story stuff they added. So I picked it up again.
Yeah, I think I might pick it up again. I might pick it up.
Yeah,
just because it has all the extra content.
It's really fun. The adventure maps kind of get old. They're filler. But
I remember that's what made me stop. I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm super excited. This was very unexpected. And like one of my friends texted me that morning and he's like, "Did you see the Nintendo news?" And I was like, I went to my Twitter and it was a Zelda trailer. And then I realized it was Hyrule Warriors, so like I wasn't as excited as like if it was just a Breath of the Wild 2 trailer or something.
Right.
But then like the fact that it was like a canon prequel to Breath of the Wild, and they talked about, oh, we need a little more time with the sequel, but here's this in the meantime. Like, it made it made up for it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, because, I mean, this is spoilers for Breath of the Wild, but shit, everybody in the motherfucker has a Switch and Breath of the Wild based on the numbers. So, the final mission of this game, canonically, has to be you die, or you become incapacitated and you get to see all your loved ones die.
Yeah. Well, the trailer kind of teased that, like, each of the champions gets dropped.
Yeah, that's like I've already seen cool fan art of like final mission survive, and it's just Link and a horde of the Guardians. I'm like, oh, you're gonna, and like people got like reminiscence of Zack from Final Fantasy. What was the game called?
7
on PSP. No, the PSP.
Crisis
game.
Core.
Crisis Core, yeah, because you don't. Yeah, so I can't wait. I'm excited. Fuck. Yay, Zelda.
It's gonna be good. This is definitely like this is their big holiday release, and that's why I say I don't think there's gonna be another direct. Because like, yeah, they should probably have more games this year, but again, if they're shadow dropping a Zelda game that's like a holiday release, they're just gonna keep shadow dropping games.
Yeah, I mean, in comparison to last year, definitely not as much as last year, but I still think they had a good year this year.
It's been okay.
Honestly.
Like, it started off strong with Animal Crossing. That's the thing. It's like, the rest of the year has felt kind of lacking in comparison because everyone was so into Animal Crossing at the beginning of the year when the pandemic hit. So now we're all home, and some people admittedly are still super into Animal Crossing, but now we're all stuck at home, like playing through all the backlogs and stuff, and it's like, where's the new games?
Xenoblade's right there, buddy.
I can tell you, I've
for you.
Animal Crossing was the only game that I was interested in getting for Nintendo. Everything else, I have no interest in playing.
Fair enough.
And I've played my fair share of the Warriors games in the past, so I have no interest in playing more of them. So
they've made like gameplay updates to each one, and I feel like this is gonna feel the most Zelda.
This will probably feel the most different out of all their Warrior games.
Yeah,
for sure.
It feels like it's Zelda first, Warriors second.
I still stand by Fire Emblem Warriors. That was a really fun Fire Emblem game. Like taking elements of Fire Emblem. I still stand by that game.
I liked the way they did the weapon triangle in it, but I don't care enough about Fire Emblem to give it a try. I played the demo or whatever. But yeah.
I'm glad I bought that game. I'm going to Amazon to buy Hyrule Warriors immediately.
All right.
Just get it digitally.
Yeah, but they're gonna take it away eventually.
No, they're not. I should buy digital coda off Amazon.
Because get it digitally, and then you can start playing it like tonight.
True, but I'm playing other things, so I'll probably wait.
Then why are you buying it?
I don't know. Let's go home.
All right.
All right. Let's bring it home, guys. Justin, where can people find you?
You can find me if you look for Zero Score on Twitter or YouTube or Twitch. Not doing too much lately. I'm kind of in a rut. But I had that Tony Hawk video out on the Chart Shot YouTube page and I think website.
Yes, it's on the website. God damn it.
Okay, cool. Well, I didn't have time to do it, so I wasn't sure. And I am streaming on Thursdays. I haven't decided a second day yet.
Ben?
Twitter.com/MarvelousIggy for all things concerning the separate claim. Marvelous One. And every Wednesday, yes, I'm going to say that, every Wednesday, you can find me at twitch.tv/Iggy2814 for rando streams. I think technically I'm streaming because I'm don't work the day after recording this episode. So my next stream is going to be Mega Man X4 technically, just because it won the fan voting.
I voted for it.
And yeah, so what I'm probably going to stream next time, because it's a short game, I can beat it in the stream length time. I'm going to stream Panzer Dragoon Remake because I fucking love that game.
Pants Dragon.
Yeah, Panzer. Yeah, I'm just gonna. This is gonna be me doing the stream the entire time from start to finish. But yeah, twitch.tv/Iggy2814 every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I kind of think I might want to stream on Mondays before Thomas and I do the shigabadoogadoo and before we do the wrestling.
I don't know,
but we'll see. Probably not. I don't know because I feel like I don't want to.
Dude, you're gonna have to talk for like 3 hours with the wrestling, and then I don't know how long you're gonna go with your stream. Just keep that in mind.
No, I was gonna do it before. I was streaming before.
Right, exactly. That's what I mean. You're gonna. How long are you gonna stream? Like an hour, 2 hours?
Hour and a half.
So you're gonna be constantly talking for 5 hours straight.
Probably.
Just
maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Exhausting.
That's what I'm saying. Right now, one a day is coming, but also look on Twitter.com/MarvelZiggy for my upcoming release on my Chun-Li in Smash Video. And I'm just happy to be back in the wheels of content creation, actually kind of editing it, which is nice, and just working on it. It feels good to do it again. And then I'll go ahead and say it. I'm going to work on I'm going to work on a Let's Play as well. And it is going to be Mega Man X4 because I know that game. I've beaten that game multiple times and it's easy. So I don't have, it's not a challenge for me, so I can talk and play at the same time.
Do a zero run.
Coming soon. Huh?
Do a zero run.
I'm doing both. I'm going to do both.
All right.
Yeah, why wouldn't I do both?
Well, because you say it's
like
easy, but zero's harder, so.
It's easy and that I can do, I know the levels and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
The only hard part is Akuma in that game, and that's it.
Slash Tiger?
No. Magma Dragoon? No.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in the boss race. But either way, yeah, I'm back. I'm back. That's all that fucking matters until November 3rd. Okay.
You can find me, your host, Thomas, on Twitter at Gameplay Stuff. You can also check out our Twitch at Gameplay Stuff, where we stream this show every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. If you email me, thomas@charleshut.com if you want to try and be a guest on one of our shows. If you have emails for us, questions for us, go ahead, send them there. You can also review our show on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get podcasts. And, sorry, I did 2 podcasts today, so my throat's really sore now. But I think that's all I'm going to plug here tonight. So until then, guys, enjoy your games and have a good night.
Wash your hands.
Country roads take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia.